Hello, this is Nick again, and in this video I'd love to share my DMT experience. If you're not familiar with DMT, it is found everywhere. It's found in our bodies, it's found in nature, in almost every plant, to be honest with you. They call it the spirit molecule. It's a very simple molecule. It's molecular structure, and there's a beautiful documentary called DMT, the spirit molecule. I've spoken in my other videos about the pineal gland, the third eye, and that if we have it, it has a function, just like the heart, just like the liver, just like the kidneys. So, back in this golden age that people like David Icke used to speak about, we would have observed this reality with our physical eyes and our five senses, but we would have very much been in contact with the soul world, with our third eye, with our pineal gland. Now, the powers that be, with the fluoride in the water and the preservatives and many of the chemicals in the clothes, they have been targeting the pineal gland. This is one of the big cover-ups to calcify the pineal gland, and by doing that, it limits humanity to what we believe is out there, what we believe is possible. Now, in DMT, the Spirit Molecule documentary, they actually use it around the world for terminally, in certain parts of the world, they use it for terminally ill patients who are dying, and they'll give them like five journeys, if you like, on DMT, and they use it intravenous. And what they find is that the patients have no fear of death, because they see what is out there. They see, it broadens their perception and what is really going on, not just this narrow five sense reality that we see every day. When you inhale DMT, there's an enzyme in the stomach that starts to break it down. So it's a very short experience, probably about 3.5-4 minutes long. And the ancient shamans from Peru and South America, they believe in their tradition, they got guided by the spirits who they saw on ayahuasca to different plants. Now think about it, I think there's over 100,000 different species of plants in the Amazon, and they were getting guided to specific plants that when you boiled these plants and made a tea, it would stop it breaking down so fast in the body. Therefore, people could go on like a 5-hour journey. And this is ayahuasca. Now, I've never done ayahuasca. It is something I want to do. So apparently a baby, when is being born, the body will naturally release a lot of DMT into the system to help the birth process. Also, when we die, the brain, the body and the brain will release a lot of DMT into the body, and then it helps the death process. So this was something I wanted to try, because since I opened my spiritual channels, my third eye with Master Shah, I wanted to just experience what DMT was like. And I've never really been into trips or hallucinogenic drugs. I've never tried LSD, I've never done anything like that. It doesn't appeal to me. Although DMT really resonated with me when I started looking into it. It really was something I wanted to do, and ayahuasca is definitely something I want to do. So when I actually spoke to a good friend of mine who had some DMT, and he came round one night And what we did was, he's a student of Master Shah also. And what we did was we um, basically got into a sacred space first. We sat in my meditation space in front of my altar. We did about a 1 hour meditation. And, Master Shah's techniques are to invoke all of your spiritual fathers and mothers for help. So, in that space, I invited all of my spiritual fathers, all the Buddhas, all the Taoist saints, all the holy saints, the divine, the Tao, the whole universe, for the light side, to come and assist in the meditation. And we had a beautiful meditation, and then it felt right to take the DMT. And the reason we did that is because when you look at ancient traditions who do ceremonies like ayahuasca, they're always guided by an elder. Okay, they're always led by a spiritual elder. And in the West, we have lost that. When people take this type of stuff, they take it recreationally or in their home, and they may not know what they're doing. So for me, I didn't have an elder here, so I needed to be, because it was always for me a spiritual thing. It was always, I wanted the insight from it. So I want the best and most sacred environment that I can be in is in my sacred space at home. So that's what we did. So basically, when I first tried DMT, it was very physical. Okay, I only tried a tiny bit just to test the water, and physically, every single cell in my body felt like, the only way I can explain it is when you take the big dip in a roller coaster and your stomach goes. I felt that in every cell, very euphoric feeling, but there was no visuals with it. I was laughing. I burst out laughing, and that lasted for probably 60 seconds. So the second time I went on, I tried more. Now, I heard Stuart Wilde, I've heard a few people say this, there's the same with ayahuasca. Because we've been so depleted of DMT in the body, what can happen is when we take ayahuasca or DMT, we don't actually see much, and it's because the body is absorbing the DMT. It's like you're topping yourself back up with DMT, and then the second time you do ayahuasca or the second time you do DMT, that's when you go on the journey and you have the visuals. So the second time I had more, not a lot more, but I had more. And I was expecting to see a vivid third eye image. Now, many of you might be thinking, what's a third eye image? But for example, if I sit down and do a meditation and I get into a really deep meditative state, which is not every time, I'll be honest with you, but sometimes, every so often, I'll get in a really deep meditation. In that deep stillness, I'll see third eye images. Now, for example, I might see my spiritual fathers and mothers. I might see Buddhas, okay? I might see Amitofu. I might see the heavens, the soul world, celestial places. Like, for example, many of my third eye images have been quite similar, where when I've been in a group meditating, the landscape where we are is completely changes. So for example, we could be on a mountain. All of a sudden we're on a mountain full of snow, and maybe, just a different landscape. And this is vivid. This is like I can see it, like I can see with my two eyes. And I might see, different, like Buddhas. I've seen, like, I've actually had visions of the Pure Land, Amitofu's Pure Land, and I've seen countless Buddhas meditating and chanting to Amitofu. You know, this is very profound third eye image that I've had. I'm very grateful to have experienced things like that. And I also feel like you can feel the wind. So this in a nutshell, this is some of the third eye images that I've had, and that's what I was expecting on DMT. Completely different. Okay, I didn't expect this. So what happened was, when I took the second DMT, the second lot of DMT, my point of awareness was outside my body, just in front of myself. My physical body, though, was going through that euphoric feeling again. I could feel every cell in the physical body, although my consciousness was outside and just in front. What I could see was 360 degrees, every single angle you could think of. And in that, I could see it was like organic. But the only way I can explain it, it was like organic, yet mechanical in a way. It had like an intelligence to it, and it was moving and it was morphing, and I was watching different parts of it, and then I slowly came back to my awareness, and then it faded out. So after that experience, I asked my spiritual fathers and mothers, and I asked the divine, I said, I want an answer, like, where am I? Because I've never experienced it. Wasn't like a third eye image, which I'm used to. I said, where am I going? Where was that? So I tried another go. Same thing happened. Same place, same experience. So, but I still didn't get an answer. So the last time I sat down, I said again, in an invocation, I said, please, give me an insight, give me something. Why is this so different from what I'm used to seeing spiritually? Like, where am I going? And bear in mind, what I can explain to you is a snippet of it, because it's a really unique experience that can't be put into words. So anyway, the last time I tried it, and it was always going to be my last time, I wasn't going to have another go for that night. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it again, I really enjoyed it. So I had another go. And what happened was, I saw the same thing, exactly the same experience. But this is how I can explain what I saw. Down to the left of my vision, of my 360 degree point of awareness, a point of consciousness, down in the left corner, I could see a vision that looked like, almost like looking at a TV screen. And what I could see was Earth, how I see it. Like, I could see like a beach. That's what I actually saw. So you can imagine all this like organic, mechanical, psychedelic, amazing stuff going on. And then down here, completely different image of a beach. Say the beach is like this, parallel to it, like that, was another beach with a huge golden Buddha on it. But this is still only this big in my vision. So there's two realities that were very similar, looked the same, like this. One was just a plain beach with nature on it, with like nature trees, palm trees and stuff. The other one was the same with a huge golden Buddha. And I received a huge download of information. And the information said, this is Earth, the bottom one, and this above it is heaven. The heaven to our Earth, okay? That's Earth's heaven down there. What you can see is the cosmic web, okay? The intelligence of the universe, if you like, that connects all heavens, all earths, in every dimension, in every realm you can think of. And there are countless, infinite heavens, infinite earths. And it was so profound that I knew it. It was like the information came to every cell of my being. And when it came out, I just said, I get it. Wow. So then another big aha I got from that was, we're all connected. This cosmic web that we don't see with our physical eyes actually connects all things. That's why if I'm feeling sad, my mum can feel it in England, or vice versa. My wife can feel it if I'm in the city and she's at home, or if something happens. We're all connected, and I actually saw it. I was allowed to see it. So then, about 2 months later, I watched a documentary called Black Hole. Hole is spelled Whole, by Nassim Haramein, who's probably the open-minded scientist on the planet right now. And he talks about the space between everything is what connects all things. It's the space that keeps us connected. And he's found a mathematical way of proving that the space is infinitely dense. He actually calls it the density of the vacuum. And in this documentary, he talks about the nature of the space being organic, yet intelligent and mechanical. And when I watched it, I just went, I know exactly what you're talking about, because I've seen it and I experienced it on DMT. So the DMT was very, very different than a third eye image, and but it was profound and it was beautiful. And I just thought I'd share that, because hopefully maybe when you're watching this, you might have your own insights. I don't know, but I just thought it was important to share. So thank you all for tuning in again, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.